Well, hello there, my beautiful souls. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing out there. But let's just jump in and basically leave it up to spirit in regards to what we need to hear the most. And also, what is this day all about? For my beautiful souls, I'm hearing you feel a little bit stuck, but there's a sense of flow throughout this period regardless. While the first three on the board, we have a major arcana, the High Priestess, but also 2 out of the 4 pages being the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Now, I feel like this day at times focuses upon, you can't help but focus upon doing what's right for you. And so you may be thinking a lot about one, if not multiple new beginnings for the future. But it feels like a lot of you are saying energetically and maybe saying it to yourself and other people as well, that you deserve new beginnings. You deserve good news, passionate news, and you deserve new abundance as far as money and success goes, even opportunity goes. And they're saying you're absolutely correct, but overly focusing upon that at this time throughout this specific day will not bring you all of the justice and other levels of abundance that you truly deserve moving forward. It seems to be a time where we need to each more individually kind of get into this, I'm making the best and enjoying where I'm at currently, to then therefore set myself up for ultimate guaranteed success and change in the future, rather than trying to exit where I'm at too soon, quickly, and maybe for the wrong reasoning for a select few, to the point where it doesn't transition things and develop things moving forward in the right ways. Does that make sense? But the High Priestess is saying that this is meant to be a very spiritual period for you. And I feel for a lot of you, when you hear that, it doesn't just speak upon the day. It's not meant to, because you are very much at what we would label as an extreme spiritual part of your path, okay? And, you know, depending on how long, how spread out this period is for you individually, again, will vary from case to case. But I'm also hearing trust your intuition, because the High Priestess gives us very spiritual energy, but also very intuitive energy. And I'm hearing, okay, I feel a lot is now the message, but I'm very connected is what I heard. There's also maybe a focus upon things in the future coming full circle. While you might kind of feel in 1 or 2 smaller ways, things are coming full circle now. Because I'm feeling like the day period reminds each of us that everything's connected. We're all connected, you know, even in the midst of living in different realms and whatnot, being where we are currently in this physical reality and, you know, the spiritual realm and whatnot. But it just feels like even when it comes to, let's say, what's taken place in the past, the good, the bad, the in-between, the ups and downs, even what's happening and where we're at currently along our individual path, and even what is yet to come to be in the future, it is all connected, my friend, okay? However you choose to look at it, assess it, right, digest it. And I felt like I was almost making a star there. And in one of the last attempts for this daily read, I got the star card, and it wasn't the main energy, but there's something about you maybe becoming a star or feeling more like one. But at the very least, you're going to feel spirit saying it's about doing what works best for you here in the now, currently, to support the fact that your dreams and goals are more than ever going to come to fruition, come true for you, and you will be living what is to be labeled as a better or your best life. But there's just a feeling of you needing to kind of, okay, maybe adjust your perspective here and there, and that could be otherwise, but come on back to where we are here and now, and you're going to feel, okay, a sense of remembrance coming to be. And so it may simply be a period where you feel a bit of a bouncing around between the past, present, and what could be for the future. And I do see, once again, some purposefulness and importance to this, which I guess we didn't actually say, but you have to remember, I don't share every single channeled message I get. But I do feel as if, again, just where you're at holds so much importance and purpose, like we had just said. So let's keep pulling. Moving on to the Lovers. There's a feeling of spiritual love being showered upon you at this time, because I feel like you have been dealt with, taken advantage of when it came to spiritual energy. Whether you felt this to be the case, were aware of this partially, fully, or not, you, my friend, weren't always treated nicely, right? When it came to certain spirits, and I feel that may tie into past living quarters, is what I'm hearing. But you will be feeling more loved by spirit than ever, because we want you to remember that those who don't have your back, which not everybody in either realm is going to, those who maybe wish to or try to work against you, karma exists, and there's no shortage of karma in the spiritual realm as well. But I'm also feeling a sense of love floating around in your physical reality. Again, that could be partially due to spirits and whatnot, but I do feel there's something about you loving on the energy at hand. You know, again, it's the imperfections that seem to want to stand out at this time and come with us moving forward, in a sense. But you feel more appreciative of maybe those that you're working with, or some of which, or maybe who you have in your life otherwise. It could be you stopping and looking at where you're living, or smelling the roses otherwise. There's just a feeling of you needing to more than ever feel that kind of energy for what's at hand, or at least part of which, because it's very easy for this collective to start to, I want to say even recently, to start to complain, to nitpick, to linger on the imperfections once again. It's easy to get quite irritable, impatient. These negative energies seem to want to kind of seep in and take over, or just at least cause a bit of negativity in a specific moment or two. And so Spirit's saying, take a deep breath, for it's not going to be worth it if you choose to let any of those negative energies take over, okay? It might feel like it in the moment, or it just might get out of hand, but they're saying you really need to take a deep breath, because I feel like your choices, especially the small ones, are really being pointed out to you. When you feel like sharing a story, because I feel like Spirit wants to kind of be a storyteller, a bit of a showster through you, a bit of a chatterbox. Stop and ask yourself, does this intuitively feel like the right point? Even if the story starts, even if you start to ramble in the moment, Spirit can take a deep breath and bite their own individual tongue while you do the same, okay? Because oversharing seems to be the wrong choice right now. But moving on to the Death card, I do feel like it's just this feeling of, again, endings, transformation coming to mind, the new for the future. I know there are upgrades ahead, but I don't know when or how. I don't know where the abundance is going to come along the way up until that point, or those points, in order to make sure it's a guaranteed smooth transition, if you will, and moving forward even. But they're saying things will be worked out. I'm hearing the quirks will be figured out. You really need to remember that you have a very big spiritual team, and otherwise, plus your intuition, plus the experiences you've been through that can be tapped into and utilized. You really don't need to worry about where and how things are going to come to be, and how things are meant to change. But I do feel like somebody, if not a couple of different people, feel really much comfortable, and maybe the desire, or maybe more the need, to update you on what they've been going through. There's a sense of people feeling you to be the most beneficial open ear or shoulder to lean on in comparison to others. It may even feel like someone just trusts you, and that feels really good, and maybe is pushing you to more let people in moving forward, okay? But yeah, again, the Six of Cups, it feels like we're remembering this and that we're meant to. That is something, when you remember something, even if you remember it for a second time in this short period, you need to keep that to yourself, okay? We understand it's interesting, it's enlightening, it's informing, but it's for you and your spirit guides, okay? You need to make sure that people don't get the insight that you're gaining in regards to whatever that's speaking upon for you. But I'm also hearing your third eye is opening very widely at this time. you may already feel like it was wide open and you saw things accurately from different perspectives, even in comparison to others. But you are going to experience this opening, this widening of your third eye, and you'll see things accurately. Okay, this goes for who and what's gonna work for you, who you can trust, what's the truth, what's not, stuff of this nature. But I also feel like there's a huge focus on your voice, maybe on your creativity or the lack thereof, which, interesting. And that could go for the lack thereof of your voice. So basically it's giving me the message quite quickly and randomly to pace myself as far as speaking with readings in my serving job, because they're saying regardless of what day this is for you, you don't want to wake up or proceed through the day period without a voice. I feel there's a lot of important things for you to speak in the future, but I feel like this collective as well has a lot on their plate and does deal with heavy energy. And so this may point out even more than ever what you wish to see transform, change, and be sparked moving forward. Because I feel like you're going to, and you may already know this to an extent, I really feel like you're going to create several tower moments moving forward. You may be wondering, or were wondering recently, why someone is less chatty with you, less interactive. I feel like they have a lot going on spiritually and within otherwise, maybe in their physical reality too. But there was something about that time period when you were expecting them to typically or in general speak with you more, or again in general, but they didn't. And I feel like it was just that period. You need to just not overthink it, for that person isn't looking at you differently or feeling some sort of negative way. People just have their days. But to get ready to wrap up our reading, the King of Wands says you need to more than ever utilize your confidence to your advantage, because it feels like, and Spirit might do this, through you and whatnot for other people and maybe a situation's benefit, maybe your benefit. But it seems to be a time where it's like you're taking charge of your life in certain ways. And so even if you can't in a lot of different ways put in the action in regards to that throughout this day, you're going to find that thoughts and planning for actions of importance for the near future start to come to be, so that you can put in action and clean up your life in certain ways. Because it seems like a lot of you are really fed up with the same old, things just kind of being the way they've been or come to be. You don't really want the messy vibes for a lot, or the messiness or chaotic vibes otherwise in your life, or influencing you and sparking this cleaning bug in a sense, this improving bug, where now you're going to see life come to be a lot easier. But I'm also hearing you set the tone, and I feel that is applicable for many different situations, or for a lot of you could just say all of which. And so whatever situations you have within this day, throughout it, you're going to feel that you set the tone. And I feel you could really cure the energy. You could really heal, what feels to be uneasy, unhappy maybe. But I do feel like you are dealing with a lot of stress. I just saw the number 1333. Look up the angel number meaning. But I wouldn't be surprised if you feel it to be somewhat minimalized for one of multiple reasons throughout this day. While there's still some sort of focus upon what still may be stressing you out. I don't feel like you have full control in regards to that. Maybe some of you do, but regardless, the Two of Cups says that people as well that you're connecting with, they're feeling that are connecting to your energy, are going through a lot. People are not speaking upon all that they have backed up or that they're dealing with or trying to heal from, going through. Be compassionate. It's another day like that, because it feels like the collective is trying to heal from a lot of difficulty or heaviness, maybe from all that they have been digesting or taking in regards to the world or their own life, or other people and other matters in their individual world. You get the point. But one last and final card over here. It's interesting how the dailies have just been a bit longer recently, or at least some of which. But the Three of Wands over here, because I feel like you will want to more than ever look forward, and we spoke upon that with new beginnings and the Death card and whatnot. But they're again saying, what about the present moment? Okay, there's great benefit in regards to it, but I want you to remember that you are one spiritual, one very intuitive soul, one beautiful one at that, remember. And so the day pushes us each individually, to remember this, but to hone in on this and utilize it more to our advantage and make sure that you, again, improve things, clean things up, succeed throughout this day, connect with this and that of importance, and just trust once and for all, more than ever, that moving forward, things are going to work out exactly. They're going to change exactly as they're meant to. You don't have to worry. You don't have to stress. Let it be, let it flow, let it go, and get ready for the best. All right? So those are your messages for this daily read. I do want to send you a ton of love and light. Take care.